If you did the last one, that first one. I wasn't all that. I think it was.
Layla, Yami, you're here. Josie, you emailed me. Linda, Sakia, Victoria, Emily, I see you. Cam, talk to you. Ignacio, no. Caitlin, no. Gabriel, I see you. Iska, you're here, aren't you? Cynthia, here. Alexandra, Lily, Nat, now, are you? No. Emily, perfect. Justin, I see you. Uzair, I see you. Asia, I see you. Paige, I don't see you. Okay. Rihanna, I see you. Emma, Ariana, Kenya, no. Tomas, I see you. Jacqueline, Summer, you're not. What page you are? I didn't see you. Jessica, you're right there. Jennifer and Carissa. Right there. Mohammed, did I not call you? You're in my roster. I got you. Yeah, present. Yeah, I saw you. All right, guys, are you ready to present? Do you need 5 minutes to huddle? How's everybody doing? You need 5 minute huddle? Okay, 5 minute huddle. It's 4:33, 4:38, 4:40 we'll present. So if you need to figure out like what you're saying, submit, that's fine. How was it?
The wedding?
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Cool.
It was, well, last Thursday we had to do the rehearsal dinner. Me, my mom and I went at 2:30 because it was from Chicago.
Yeah.
And we didn't get there, it started at 4:30. We didn't get there until about like 4:45. And it took 2 hours. Like, we get so much traffic. Saturday was the hour wedding. Awesome, beautiful. Pictures of the city. And then Sunday was like, oh, right, go home. Go. And then I don't know, my dog is.
I like
Yeah. He definitely did it with nobody was home.
I usually come late. The second one.
My parents said no more dogs right now. We already
Oh,
have another dog.
it's the third side, and then
So,
okay,
said, "No, we were just
Yeah.
out of the house." Oh, wait, you're amazing. Yeah, I really what are you guys? You're the
I don't like
Oh
the
my
actual
gosh.
slide.
I'm the last one.
Oh,
One of my other sisters, they already graduated. They're big girl jobs, but you know, that's. So I'm the last baby. But it was fun. It was really nice.
For this one, no. No critical thinking questions.
And then for the actual ad, I put in the link.
Yes, because the idea is that we're gonna, you put them or watch them, and then have you guys talk about it.
Yeah, I just submitted it.
Fairly popular assignment.
Okay, so another thing, it's very, very in the future. October 27th, I'm flying to Arizona to surprise my best friend. And my flight is at 7:50 here. So I might be too long. Yeah, you did a lot, but I still wanna come. I still wanna do so much. I expect you to leave like maybe 20 minutes.
Push this back.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
I have shown up within 30, 45 minutes. And just tell them that you're gonna miss your flight and then you're gonna go through security and all that. And you can't really have it's not being social media. So like when I was flying out to Mexico, our flight was literally leaving at like 10:30. And at 8:45, I was trying to hold up the cart. And I had a flight out actually. And I got to like the plane at like 10:19 and we boarded like 10:25. And I got a special permission to go to the top of the lobby on the street. So you can maybe send a lot of movers that flight. And then around everybody, it's fine.
Yeah, it's my first
But
time flying by myself,
if you,
so.
if you push it though, if you're like happy about it, you won't miss your flight.
Yeah.
Cause that, but it's,
I know, it's my first time flying by myself, like only flown with my family or like a team.
okay.
So I didn't really turn out to understand.
Is it direct then?
Yeah, it's not that, so it's nice. I was like, Mom, I'm not getting a flight that's not stuff. I have to just straight go.
I love it, like, there's so many times that I was knocking out of.
It's only like 3 hours later. The last time I was there nonstop, it was from California to back here.
And woke up here.
Yeah, I literally woke up and was like, welcome back. We're just landing into Chicago in 15 minutes. Like it was the same. No idea.
You know. Just you just gotta make whatever you miss.
Yeah.
If we can see it, that's fine. Probably because I'll probably play the class before. And then whatever you miss, usually I'm recording. I'm usually posting those too. And like, or at the end of class. Generally, we're working every quarter.
Yeah.
And usually that's the end of the class. I'm trying to be, I just looking at the same, generally. We do a test, we have 6, but you're still study guide. I'm probably gonna say people don't know. And then you get a length of time.
So like if I write a study guide.
So I generally pull from the study guide and or there's a Kahoots, or you can also my question.
Oh, I love Kahoots.
And I have Kahoots built into the box, and we can play those. I've had mixed feedback. Some students are like, they love it, some students just get angry about Kahoots. Some of them are short, some of them are long, and we could play them, or like, depending on like, if you have like 10 minutes left of the program, some of the material you review, or something we didn't cover as much. You can cover the Kahoots. My look about that is, we're gonna cover content real
I
fast.
vote yes.
I have a group like nearly every week. And that can be our own class, but I have groups for like, that's not just like a whole bunch of action. Yeah, okay. Just like all the time. So, if you want to start doing Kahoots, you probably do at least one a week, maybe twice a week. I just don't want, but also if our students, I want to just only do Kahoot, because
Yeah.
I want you guys to like,
Once a week is nice. Maybe every Thursday.
like when you have a week of play.
No, I'll do the Kahoot on my flight.
Oh, we're on the phone as you're
Yeah,
in the Uber, hopefully.
yeah.
Not driving.
Yeah, I did an Uber for the first time too when I get there. I'm doing all my first, I've never been to Arizona. There you go. First time being on a plane by myself. First time.
There's,
being
so,
Uber.
are you going to Phoenix?
I'm going to Tucson.
There's a really good taco, there's a really good taco stand in the front by the airport in Phoenix, but not Tucson.
Yeah, I know Phoenix is so much cheaper to fly into than Tucson is, but it's only 20 minutes away from her apartment. If I live in Tucson, it's 2 hours.
Yeah, it's because I've driven that, and it's all like just tumbleweeds.
Yeah.
Everybody ready? Are you guys ready?
Oh, yeah.
It's grading. All right. Anybody want to go first? Or should I just randomly pick people? All right. Let's see. Right here. This is you, Cam, right?
It should be the second.
Doritos ad.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
You have a link and all that good stuff. Okay. Cool. This one you can't really do both screens because we can't play the ad simultaneously. So the idea is like we would take
Yeah.
this.
You can suppress the.
Oh, it should just open or just control. Chrome. All right, you guys ready to give your colleagues the floor here?
We did.
Oh, this
Ours was
is.
2020.
Everybody ready? All right, here we go.
And there's your beautiful baby. Any day now.
Really? You're eating Doritos? He's eating Doritos on my ultrasound. You see what I have to do? I know. Hey, give me that.
Is that it? Or did we? Let's see. Okay. Just want to make sure. Oh, I see it.
You see it?
We're good.
Okay.
How do I present?
And then slideshow play.
Uh,
How's your ribbon?
I'm
To
really,
your.
really struggling.
I don't even know
I don't slide.
Present.
I don't.
Oh, that's crazy.
See it there?
No.
Slideshow.
what.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play from beginning.
Oh wow. Okay.
All right. So that was our ad. And Omar?
So the item displayed in the ad is a 25-ounce bag of nacho cheese Doritos, which retails for about $2.18 in American United States dollar at Walmart.
So the shock Doritos are supposed to stand out in your mind. They are so amazing, they can help you give birth because you unwanted will want them so badly.
And then so the shock and interest from the event in the ad is associated with Doritos as the man kept on swiping and pushed the baby out. They're standout, memorable. Who doesn't know what Doritos are? And they might be one of the we assume this is one of the ads from the Super Bowl back in 2016 due to its obscurity. It was eventually censored because of how absurd it was. But yeah.
And then what did they want you to think when you see their product at the store? Just kind of that shock value from the ad. It was kind of weird, but it stood out in your memory. So hopefully it's something that you remember, like after watching the Super Bowl, if you remember like 3 ads, maybe it's the Doritos one because it's really weird, but then for some reason later on you'll think of it and then you'll be like, I kind of want Doritos. However, in my personal opinion, I think the classical conditioning element, which is, they stand out in your mind because the ad is weird, but personally, I don't find this ad very appetizing. I don't really want Doritos after watching that. But yeah, so I don't know if I've been fully influenced by classical conditioning.
The idea
But-
with number 5 is it's fine to talk about the ad, but also like just in general, have you been influenced? Not necessarily by like Doritos.
Oh, okay. Like in general, by like classical conditioning
Like
in
products that you
life.
that you buy, like your purchases.
Okay.
100%. I'm
I
thinking
mean, yeah.
as soon as you said that, I think of like those toothbrushes that used to play like the music.
Oh my god,
Yes, I wanted one of those so bad as a kid.
Tooth tunes.
Yes. I almost said that. Okay, but yeah, that was all. And that's it.
Who would like to go next? Where are you? Right here? Yeah. This is it, right?
Yeah.
That's the right one?
Mhm.
Charlie. And I'm Dixie. And today we're going to. So we chose the ad by makeup brand called Morphe. So obviously you know, or some of you may know that that was Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio. They're very famous towards like the younger kind of teenager era because of TikTok mostly. So the product that they did was a makeup line. It includes a lot of useful things that people use in their makeup routine, like foundation, lip gloss, and eyeshadow.
How are you supposed to feel? While watching the video, you're mainly supposed to feel happy and enlightened. The vibe of the video is supposed to make it fun, but also focus on how the products are used and seen.
How was everything paired with the mood? Everything was shown by the handler with a smile. All the packaging is also mostly in bright, appealing colors, which causes the eye to be interested. The background was light and filled with color as well, which make everything seem fun as well.
So what does the advertiser want you to think of? The advertiser wants you to think their products like are the best, and they want you to think like because these two famous people made them, you're using them, they have a lot to like give you because they're with them often. They want to make it appealing, like they want to show you the fun, bright colors, so you can like be like, oh, I'm happy. It makes me happy when you wear them, and you do fun things with it. And they want to make it sound exactly like what you've been looking for, like in your makeup routine. They want to make it seem like, oh, you need this specific color because there's no color out there just like it.
Have you been influenced? Everyone has been influenced to buy something just from the way they were advertised, whether it was perfume, deodorant, food, or clothes. People usually choose what catches their eye or what's part of the new trend. Some people will buy something just to seem cool or just to say they have it, but it just depends on the person.
Awesome. And what else do we have? Someone want to volunteer, or should I just randomly pick somebody? Randomly pick somebody. Do we have a PowerPoint though? Yeah, it's just
The link is on the slide. Yeah.
was that
No, in the presentation, the link is
in the slide?
in the slide.
Did you guys do a different Dorito one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
2020.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I just was double checking it wasn't identical. Enable.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember this one.
Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby.
You might want to close that so we can start playing. All you guys are presenting.
So what product was being advertised? The product being advertised. The product being advertised to the audience was the Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Doritos. You guys might say why, like, wasn't the Cheetos and Doritos fell together, but later into the advertisement, the sloth took the Doritos instead of the Cheetos, so saying take Doritos instead of the Cheetos.
So the unconditional response or the mood or feeling associated with the product. So the feeling that they want you to feel is some type of excitement or like feeling of joy whenever you eat Doritos, or specifically the Flamin' Hot Cool.
For the acquisition, the product is paired with mood by showing animals getting excited when they take or eat the Doritos, which is shown when they like sing or dance.
The conditioned response, hunger, excitement, or desire for Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch Doritos is what they want the response to be conditioned into you to be. So yeah, it's from the commercial.
And then, do you think you've been influenced by classical conditioning in terms of your product purchases? So mainly with like desserts and like the ice cream truck, hearing that ice cream truck little jingle, you think about ice cream, you get happy, and then every time you hear that jingle, you're in the mood for ice cream.
Sample, awesome. All right. And let's see who else. Just one new page. Cool. Oh, yeah, or you guys can just do your thing.
Hi y'all. Okay, so our product is a Snickers bar.
Sweetheart, don't look at me like that. It's gonna be amazing. This is a disaster. Who's a genius? Who puts a girl in heels on a subway train? Miss Monroe, eat a Snickers. Why? You get a little cranky. Better? Much better. Don't say I'm never like that. Morons.
Okay.
What was the feeling you wanted to associate with the product that advertisers want to show us when you're hungry or hangry? You act like a complete version of yourself. It implies that anytime you don't have a Snickers bar, you're bitter and ugly and tries to make the viewers feel negative about not having a Snickers bar.
How is the product paired and or associated with the mood? When you eat a Snickers bar, you won't be hungry or angry, which will make you act more like yourself. It shows William Dafoe lashing out on everyone, and then after eating the Snickers bar, he becomes his true self, which is Marilyn Monroe.
So when you see the product at the store, what does the advertiser want you to think of? They want you to think of that if you're hungry and in a bad mood, then the Snickers bar will improve your mood and give you a good feeling.
Do you think you've been influenced by classical conditioning in terms of your product purchase? I think everybody has been influenced by classical conditioning to some degree, but I don't think they're completely controlled. Like, I don't think if you get a Snickers bar, you're gonna think you're gonna turn into Marilyn Monroe. So, but I do think like if you get like a perfume or something, kind of like seeing the pretty people with the perfume makes you feel like more confident. Yeah.
So I think that's. Let's recap that. We have a PowerPoint, maybe. It's the same. Oh, that's the same one we just saw. Plus in your group, Jessica, do you guys have a PowerPoint? And, here we go. Oh, you don't have a video? Okay. Oh, I just click on the link.
You don't understand. Did I do something wrong? Are you breaking up with me?
Steady.
Sorry. The unconditioned response in our video is the intention of the advertiser trying to pull emotional heartstrings, the dog being a man's best friend, like a companion through life, which is the main focus of the video, but also in the background you can see a Chevrolet vehicle in every clip, so that unconsciously you are associating those two with a feeling of friend, happiness, and just lifelong association.
For the acquisition, how is the product paired with the mood? I said the mood for you is to feel emotionally attached to the vehicle, just how like the woman was attached to the dog throughout her years. So it just makes you want to like have the car as your best friend too.
The advertiser wants us to think back to the feeling of happiness and the ad, it's related to the product we see in stores and hopes we'll buy it so we feel that feeling again using the product.
There are times when I have felt influenced by classical conditioning. When going to the store or online, I would see a product that has been shown in a commercial ad. I would remember the ad, commercial, and mood and aesthetic presented. That would influence my decision because I felt I had to purchase it to fulfill the mood I wanted to feel and fit my aesthetic.
Not everybody? Did anybody else? No, not everybody. Did you submit? Oh, just now. Right here, right? Which one? This one. Oh, there's no. Like there's supposed to be a link here? What? Was that? These are not your video.
No, I'm putting to it.
Or if you want to, yeah, if you want to like, you should be able to resubmit. And then I can see the other attempt and I'll grab the link. Okay, so we should have 2 attempts if I refresh. Perfect. Attempt 2. Video. Oh, I gotcha.
28-year-old Annalise Mays can't live.
What the? No, it's fine. Let's see.
Yeah, get rid of the code. Go back to the
This is, no, it's in Blackboard.
Where did they come?
Where do you guys want to come up?
I thought I was managing my mother's Crohn's disease, and I realized something was missing. My symptoms were keeping me from being there. So I talked to my doctor and learned Humira is for people who still have symptoms of Crohn's disease after trying other medications. And the majority of people on Humira saw significant symptom relief and many achieved remission in as little as 4 weeks.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis, serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, or throat infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Be there for you and them. Ask your gastroenterologist about Humira. With Humira, remission is possible.
Where's the?
You're probably gonna want to kill those YouTube likes or something, yeah. And then you should, you click, see right here, there's PowerPoint. Hover over the PowerPoint. Or you can just click download on the right there. Or on the left. See like, click right here. Now click right there.
There we go.
Okay. And then if you click enable editing, and then you click play. It's right there.
Oh, there we go. My bad, my
And then you
bad.
click on the play on the very top there to go home. Yep. And the second one. Okay. Gosh, thanks. Firewall and
So
COD.
sorry.
Yeah.
So sorry. Okay. What product is being advertised? Humira is an immunosuppressive drug. Humira is used to treat arthritis, Crohn's, and other diseases.
What was the feeling or mood that was that the advertiser wanted you to associate with the product? Contentment, present, joy to make you feel safe before taking the drug. And the fact that the drug could make you feel better because you could see that the dad looked in pain at first. After taking it, he felt fine again.
How was the product associated with the mood? Before taking the product, the man was being interested and actually felt a lot better and lightened the house.
When you see the product at the store, what does the advertiser want you to think of? The advertiser wants the viewers to think of the feeling of the person in the video. So after taking this drug, so it would make it more likely that you want to purchase that product.
Do you think you've been influenced by classical conditioning in terms of product purchase? Why or why not? I think I have been influenced by the classical conditioning in terms of my product purchase because of the feelings that were associated with the advertisement, which it was like kind of like emotional. That's it.
I think that's, anybody not present? Am I forgetting anybody? It is everybody, right? Okay, cool. Student resources. Week 5. So your unconditioned stimulus, think you all have a pretty good sense of that from the commercials. Your unconditional response. So that's just like what you experience. And then obviously with the commercials, we had the conditioned stimulus, that what they're trying to do, the neutral stimulus, that was like the product. And then of course, conditioned response, I do with the acquisition, like the feeling, like what feelings you get is your classical conditioning. So classical conditioning, there's three types. We have classical conditioning, we have counter conditioning, which is like flipping it 180 degrees. And then of course we have operant conditioning. This is from last week. And of course you have to pair them very close together or it typically does not work. I think we left off about here. Right, so neutral stimulus, metronome, the bell, unconditioned stimulus, food, and then later salivation, and then kind of our next higher order was that, where they actually add like snapping the fingers, the dog. So the idea is that you have something else for higher order conditioning. So stimulus generalization, tendency to respond to stimulus is only similar to the original conditional response with the same conditional response. Stimulus discrimination, that's when you stop making the response to the stimulus, or if it's never paired with the unconditioned stimulus. And then extinction is when you completely lose the in classical or operant condition. Operant is like more organic. Classical, like I said, like there's that pairing, there's that intention. But extinction is when you stop having that response for one reason or another, or the removal of the reinforcer for operant conditioning. Just out of curiosity, can I get a quick show of hands of people that like Kahoot? Okay, just curious, because I have a ton of them. We can't be the only activity, but I have a ton of them for every week, so we can totally play at least one in class today, maybe towards the end or so. So this is an example of conditioned stimulus during conditioning. The unconditioned stimulus was electric shock, and the unconditioned response was the galvanic skin response. A measure associated with anxiety. The subjects have been conditioned originally for a conditioned stimulus tone 0 of a given frequency. When tested with the original tone and tones with 1, 2, and 3 of different frequencies, a clear generalization effect appeared. The closer the frequency of the test tone to the frequency of tone 0, the greater was the magnitude of the galvanistic skin response. So again, that association. So we're talking about stimulus generalization, the tendency to respond to the stimulus that is only similar with a conditioned stimulus or conditioned response, which was the study we did here. Spontaneous recovery is reappearance of a learned response after extinction has occurred. Generally, learning is a relatively permanent change in behavior. Once you've encoded something into long-term memory, you usually don't forget. Like you're not going to suddenly forget how to speak English when you leave the room because you've learned it. Higher order conditioning. Again, that's what I was showing you, like the snapping with the dog. The conditioned stimulus is paired with the neutral stimulus, and then the neutral stimulus becomes the second conditioned stimulus. Which looks like just keeping an eye on everybody taking notes. for the pace. If you're good, if not, talk to me. So this is an example. Acquisition, like you learned it, conditioned stimulus and unconditioned stimulus. Extinction, the conditioned stimulus alone. No rest, no training, amount of spontaneous recovery. Conditioned stimulus, or extinction. So it shows the acquisition, extinction, spontaneous recovery, and reacquisition of conditioned salivary response. Typically, the measure of conditioning is the number of drops of saliva elicited by the conditioned stimulus in each trial. Note that on the day following extinction, the first presentation of the conditioned stimulus elicits quite a large response. The response is due to spontaneous recovery. Sort of remembering to do that behavior or having that being triggered by a stimulus. So that's what that looks like, the snapping. So stage 1 was just a metronome, stage 2, both of those higher order conditioning. Then we remove this, we snap, the dog still salivates. And I told you all about the barking dogs, right? Right? Yeah. Okay. You have to teach a lot of gen psych with that. You have conditional emotional response that has become classically conditioned to learn stimuli, for example, fear of dogs, the emotional reaction that occurs in seeing an attractive person. Conditioned emotional responses can lead to phobias or irrational fear responses. So anything you're afraid of that's irrational. I don't like driving over bridges where I can't see where the hell they go. Like that bothers me. It's a super absurd phobia. I'm always afraid there's going to be like some random construction on like a hole in the bridge over water. I'm going to drive. So when I can't see like if it's a hill or a turn, it like really bothers me. It's completely absurd. Doesn't make any sense. They're not going to let cars drive over the bridge if there's a hole. They're going to like block it off. But if I can't see it, I'll still drive and face my fears, but I don't like it. I do not like when I can't see where the road goes. Another phobia, which I'm probably over at this point going out of Mexico, is the flying over water. Stupid. I told you what happened, right? With flying over water? No. So like, I think a while back, a few years ago, I was coming back from seeing Roger Waters. If anybody knows who that is, I hope some people know who that is. He's the lead singer from Pink Floyd of like 30 to 50 years. They did the Wall in San Jose. Like the whole, like they built the wall, destroyed it in the concert. So I'm flying back, and I just saw that with my dad. And we're flying over the ocean, San Diego, and I have a window seat and I can see the water. And I can see the elevation on the Wi-Fi. There's like this thing that tells you how much elevation you have. So I'm on the Wi-Fi, just doing my own thing, and we're getting closer and closer to the water, which is like the recurring dream that's caused the phobia of crashing into the water at like 700 miles an hour. And the elevation is dropping, and the pilot's not saying anything at all. So I'm getting like rather freaked out here because I don't want to die a watery death. Like I want to make it to 80 or 100 like most of us. I want to have a good full life. I do not want to die by drowning. So finally the pilot comes on and he goes, so we can't land because there's too much fog on the ground. And we would take you to Los Angeles, but there's too many planes landing there. So we're going to take you to Las Vegas. Okay, that's fine. That's where you should have stopped the announcement, pilot. And don't worry, everybody. We have just enough fuel to get to Vegas. So I'm thinking, what? Fumes? So it's like the most white-knuckled like experience because I'm like thinking like, just enough? Like, are we coasting? What's going on the next 90 minutes? By the way, later I talked to an engineer. Planes don't take off full, but they have enough fuel to land at 2 and 3 alternate destinations. There's a conversation with the pilot and the engineer in terms of how much fuel to put in the plane. So I was fine, but I didn't know that. I was thinking, what? The fumes? Like, oh, in Vegas. So he could have just left the part out. Just enough, not so great for the phobia of flying over water. Yeah.
Question off topic.
Yeah.
Why don't they fill them up?
Because it's like a rate, it's like because they don't need to. Like they fill them up enough to get you from point A to point B and 2 or 3 alternate locations. So like alternate airports that would be like a couple hundred miles away, like there's totally enough fuel, but they don't necessarily, they can leave full, but a lot of times they don't because they don't need to leave full. Yeah. Yeah.
You don't like go to the gas station and not fill up your car.
Yes.
You're on E.
Right.
You fill it up.
Right.
You don't just put like, oh, let me just do it.
I feel like Uber points like do like wasting it.
I think they're trying to not waste fuel. And like I said, my understanding is like there's like a mathematical equation and a very like intense conversation every time with the engineer and the pilots about how much fuel they need, and they're certainly not like it's not close to E, but it may not be full when you leave. But I agree with you. Like, wouldn't you just fill up? Wouldn't that just make like a little more sense?
Yeah, and they can reuse the same fuel coming back.
Yeah.
Then hey, fill up again instead of having to keep waiting for the plane to fuel up.
Yeah.
Already there. Efficient.
Yeah. And it would make sense. And by the way, they have like an hour to coast, by the way, if you run out of fuel. Because of how aerodynamics works, like you would coast for at least an hour before you would like fall out of the sky. So yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome to know when I'm.
No, it's fine. They're very, very safe. They're very safe. You have a much bigger chance of getting into a car accident on the way here. Planes are crazy, crazy safe. But he could have left that out for my phobia. He could have just not said just enough fuel. What are you gonna say, Brendan?
You say a CER is like knowing nothing is in the pitch black basement, but still having that view of the dark going down there.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be conditional, yeah. Emotional response, yeah. What?
I said if you don't run the stairs after you turn your lights off, then you're not.
Oh, yeah, you have to run up the stairs.
On all fours, like it has to. Like,
Clearly, to face the
That's how you
fear.
get fastest. I see clear. Not the two, not the skip the steps, all fours. That's how you go the fastest.
Yeah.
That was not.
You have to.
I've done it before.
It's
You're fast.
pure
You're like
freaking
you
get
have like
home,
more stability.
right?
Just push yourself up and go. You're horrified. You don't know what's down there.
You never know.
Yeah. No, that's like a fear. That's like normal. Like there's a basement where I live, and I'm not a fan of the basement in the middle of the night, and it's totally safe.
Yeah.
It's right here, like Glen Ellen. Like there's nobody down there. But like all this, but like the darkness and like the spider webs, like above
There's
the
something down there,
washer and dryer.
There's
Could be
something down
mouse.
there.
There's something down there.
But when
Yeah.
you're doing all fours, like going up the stairs, you do not look back. Because if you look back, that one split second, something's back.
Yeah, that's right. Clearly.
Easily.
Like,
Stop it.
so stimulus substitution. Did I miss something back there? No? Pavlov stated the classical conditioning occurred because the conditioned stimulus became a substitute for the unconditional stimulus by being paired closely together. The cognitive perspective has to do with classical conditioning seem to occur because the conditioned stimulus provides information as an expectancy about the coming of the unconditional stimulus. So like that's the processing theory as to why it works. And then of course we have again conditional emotional response. Vicarious conditioning, if your parents are experiencing something through you or you're experiencing something through your siblings, that's the vicarious conditioning, like experience something through others, or watching the reaction of another person. I'm reminded of watching my grandma punch my grandpa in the arm, like Charlie horse him, and then like seeing him wince and then like wincing because I was seeing that she was like him in the arm. That's probably vicarious conditioning. Guy was an alcoholic and he needed to calm down. So he actually had gout and he was told to stop drinking, and he was like, can't I just have like a beer a day? The doctor was like, well, you can have a beer, and that turned into 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 12 to a case very quickly. So, but vicarious conditioning, classical conditioning, we're watching the reaction of the person. That's so far. Conditioning of little Albert, he was taught to fear a white rat, and they did that by taking these symbols when he wasn't looking and startling him so that he associated fear with seeing the white rabbit. They also later did some research where they actually counter conditioned him. He actually made it like, I think into just over 100. He died, who Little Albert was actually, he died in like the last 5 or 10 years. Because the study was done quite a while ago. Can you think of any emotional reactions you experienced might be classically conditioned emotional responses? Yes. Could be a phobia, yeah.
And I screamed and like now like anytime I'm like small bubbles and I look at it, or if like raindrops on top of the car, they're really close together.
Because of the conditioning of that experience traumatically. Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
Are there ways to have like positive?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It doesn't always be negative. What about like any of you ever, when you were young, go to Chuck E. Cheese, the mouse with psychological problems? I love children, right? But, no, but like you were conditioned, like you got excited about going there because it had like emotional significance. Probably because you're like you had pizza, you played games with your friends. I seem to remember this flying apparatus that you would like strap into that would go around like the hallways or something.
Oh, I thought it was like a chair, just like.
Or a chair. It was something you like sat in or
Yeah.
strapped in, and you basically like flew around the outside of the building. I think so.
Whoa, what?
Like outside of like the play area, like you were still indoors. It was like I remember being a square. No. It was like a square. It was like enclosed, but it was like around everything, and it would only go like once.
Yeah, totally. Cause mine was just a chair and it had like a little fan at the top and it would just go up and down.
No, I remember it being like this fast
Yeah.
thing, but I remember you were only like 3 or 4 feet away from the ground. I remember it being like super. I don't know. I could be encoding it wrong too. Maybe. And they still had taco pizza back then. I don't know why they got outlawed, but taco pizza. It's like pizzas with like all the stuff you would have like on a taco up for like the toppings, and like you can't get it anymore because it like wasn't popular enough or so. I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. Or maybe you can special order it if you asked them or said what you wanted. Conditioned taste aversion. This happens after a particular taste was followed by a nausea reaction. Biological preparedness, tendency of animals to learn certain associations such as taste and nausea with only a few pairings. This occurs after one association. I think it was like salmon that had some filling in it once, and it was bad. I would need it for like 2 or 3 years. Like one experience that's bad, you just have like this taste aversion, even if like you liked the thing before. It's just very conditioned, very traumatic, I think. So you feel like everything like that's going to have the same thing happen again. So everybody have that so far? Yeah, keep that up. You're right over there? Because if there's like an inside joke that'll make us all laugh, you could totally share it with us.
He says if we do Kahoot, I can't connect.
We can do Kahoot. We can totally do Kahoot. Probably pretty momentarily. I had a worksheet planned, but I can assign the worksheet and we can do Kahoot. What is that?
So we should just do Kahoot.
We could. Oh, you're saying cut the assignment? That'll mess with the number of points on the syllabus. But I could assign it, we go over the answers. We can do that. Like I could assign it now, we go over the answers on our next class.
Yeah.
And we can play Kahoot. So operant conditioning, voluntary behaviors to the effects of pleasant and unpleasant consequences or responses. So like organically, and then you have positive and negative reinforcement. Positive reinforcement by the additional experience of a pleasurable stimulus. Negative reinforcement, taking something away like an aspirin for a headache, negatively reinforced removal of the headache. And then you also have positive and negative punishment. Positive punishment, you receive something like a speeding ticket. Negative punishment, if it was a real thing, you get a timeout. But that would be way more effective, wouldn't it? Get your phone taken away from you to like explain that to people socially. What happened, Emma? Why are you so late? I had a timeout. What? Were you speeding? Probably never do it again. Versus like a fine where you receive something, right? So let's play Kahoot. So what I was thinking is, and we could talk about this next class. So if you go into week 5, that was one you guys just did. And where's the other one? Operant conditioning boxes. So there's like 14 of these. Place them in positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, or positive punishment for next time, and think about your rationales. And let's play Kahoot. Do you guys want to do senses? Do you want to do something on conditioning? You want to start from the beginning? You got any preferences? Anything particular you want to? UCS or UCR response, operant conditioning boxes. And then just bring it to class next time, and then we'll talk about it. How many does this have? 17. Oh, it's probably about right. Yeah, we can do this one. Yeah. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 18, 19, 20. We have 28 people here, so I'll start when we have 28 people. So you go to that website, enter that PIN, and then as soon as I click start, you'll get like a menu button on your phone or your tablet or your computer, and then you just press like the color or the shape. Yeah. 21. Yeah, a few more people. There we go. We have 28, I think. Like 2, 3 more people. Anybody not registered? I think we got 2 more people need to log in. Not go the other direction, guys. More people. I think one more person. And by the way, I think it's very awesome that a lot of you are here early every single week. something as early as 4, like honored and touched people vulnerable that you guys are so excited to on psych. It's pretty awesome. Is that, was it 27? Did I count wrong or is someone still trying to register?
There's one more time.
Okay. All right, welcome, let's go. I may or may not pull questions from the test from Cahoots. Hint, hint. Guessing is okay, if you're not sure. Photography. Nice job, Umar. It's speed and accuracy is what it's grading you on. All right, nice. This is week 2 stuff. Maybe week 1. I feel like it's week 2 though. Relation, nice job. Yes. Third. What's the deal? This could be on fire. Small body. Yeah, nice. Let's try. A million rods. So fill in the blank. Which one makes the most sense? No. Let's try. We definitely talked about this in class. For the self-actualization moment. Potential. Color. And I also like put Kahoot in. We're kind of like at times, so if you have to run, or if you want to stay, we'll go through all of them. I totally understand if you have to go. You got like 6, 7 more to go, and then you know. If you're all packing up, then we'll just see how you answer on this one. We'll call it a day. But if you want to keep going, you can. Yep. Okay. You have to go, it's okay. If you want to stay and see your knowledge to the end, that's fine too. I'm gonna go with consensus, so. You too? Guys have a good one. At least Thursday. But I was probably going to let you take it on your own with limited time and make it open book, open note.
You get on your own.
I might do that. I'm pretty confident that I'll probably do it, 'cause that's kind of like a COVID legacy thing, because I couldn't enforce it.
Okay. So we
Um,
would just do it.
Very like,
Okay.
I mean, unless that's really like bothering you.
No, it's not. I feel like it would, no.
It would make it easier because you look stuff up.
No, not cheating. Like, it would just, I don't know. But yeah.
But that's at least Thursday, and I'll talk about it on Tuesday with
Okay.
more clarity, okay?
So, meanwhile, like I told you, I won't be here next Tuesday, is there possibly like post on the announcements on Blackboard, like what we have to do?
Yes.
Okay.
And I can post like what I assigned today too, but yeah, absolutely.
That'd be great, thank you.
Yes, I will do that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too.
Actually, have a good weekend.
You too.
When is the test?
Until at least Thursday.
Oh.
There's a study guide, by the way,
Okay.
and you get points for doing the study guide. I pull questions off the study guide and the Kahoot usually. And there's links to every single Kahoot that we would ever play in Blackboard, by the way. Yeah. So if you click on the link, you can actually play it on your own if you wanted to.
Where are the tests?
They're in
Blackboard.
they're in Blackboard, like week 6 is in week
Is it gonna be like
6.
in a week?
Yeah. Thursday. So I'm either gonna have you guys take it in class, open book, open note, or take it on your own. Haven't decided, but I'll tell you on Tuesday. Because I feel like from an assessment standpoint, if you can look something up, you're still learning the material. And then I can think about, do I want to have it timed and just you get all the time in class, look stuff up, or do I want to give you a limited time? I haven't decided yet. It's been historically a limited time because of COVID. Because how could I enforce it? So. Have a nice day. See you. I'll probably post some announcements in like today or tomorrow. Any assignments or anything. But right now, it's just opera conditioning. What was that? Yes. And you get points for just like literally, like you can literally look stuff up and then you can use that on the test. I should remember this. Remember when we did the rotating snakes? Good job. Oh yeah, this one and one more. That's page. Firehouse. The images aren't related to they're just stock images from Kahoot. They're not related to the material at all. And how'd you guys do?